If you have spent years terrified of every bite of bread or starch, believing that carbohydrates are the sole reason you cannot lose belly fat, you have been misled by a half-truth that is keeping you trapped in a cycle of frustration. Most fitness influencers and generic weight loss tips tell you to cut every carb to lose weight fast, but they fail to mention that this scorched earth approach often wreaks havoc on your mental health resources and eventually crashes your system. The truth is far more controversial. There is a specific group of functional carbohydrates that do not trigger fat storage but instead act as a biological switch to boost metabolism and force your body into a state of continuous fat burning. This video is not another restrictive lecture. It is a metabolic blueprint designed to help you eliminate abdominal fat by working with your biology rather than fighting it. We are diving deep into the science of why certain starches are actually essential for slimming and how you can incorporate them into healthy meal plans to achieve a body that feels lighter and more energized every single day. By understanding these hidden carbs, you will stop the cycle of yo-yo dieting and finally learn how to lose weight healthily without the constant shadow of hunger or the fear of a rebounding scale. The reward for staying until the end is a complete shift in your metabolic intelligence. You will discover how to stabilize your insulin levels so effectively that weight loss becomes a background process, occurring even while you rest. We are moving past the no-carb myth and into a reality where you can enjoy satisfying meals while your body becomes a more efficient fat-burning machine, proving that you don't need to suffer to see the results you've always wanted. The modern landscape of human health is currently dominated by a singular, overwhelming fear of the carbohydrate, a macronutrient that has been unfairly vilified in almost every fitness circle and nutritional blog across the globe. This widespread carb phobia stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of how the human body processes different types of energy, leading millions of people to believe that any form of starch or sugar is a direct ticket to gaining weight and failing at their slimming goals. When people search for ways to lose weight fast, they are often met with extreme advice that suggests total elimination of carbs is the only path to eliminate abdominal fat. Yet this ignores the intricate dance of hormones and enzymes that dictate our internal chemistry. The reality is that not all carbohydrates are created equal, and the failure to distinguish between a rapidly absorbing simple sugar and a complex, slow-fermenting fiber is exactly why so many healthy meal plans fail to deliver long-term results. To truly boost metabolism, we must look past the caloric density and focus on the hormonal response, specifically how insulin acts as a gatekeeper for fat burning or fat storage. For many, the struggle to lose belly fat feels like an uphill battle against their own genetics, but it is actually a battle against metabolic inflexibility caused by a diet of high-intensity glucose spikes. When you consume refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar skyrockets, forcing the pancreas to dump massive amounts of insulin into your system, which immediately halts any ongoing weight loss and locks your fat cells tight. However, the carbs no one talks about operate on a completely different frequency. They enter the bloodstream with such a subtle ripple that the body barely registers a need for an insulin spike, allowing the furnace of fat burning to remain lit while providing steady energy to the brain and muscles. This is the cornerstone of how to lose weight healthily, as it preserves the integrity of your mental health resources by preventing the devastating crashes that lead to irritability, brain fog, and the eventual binge eating that ruins even the best weight loss tips. The psychological toll of traditional dieting cannot be overstated, as the constant deprivation associated with low-carb living often leads to a state of chronic stress. This stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that is notorious for making it nearly impossible to eliminate abdominal fat, regardless of how hard you train in the gym. By strategically reintroducing the correct types of carbohydrates, you provide your body with the safety signal it needs to downregulate its survival mechanisms and begin releasing stored energy. This transition is essential for anyone looking to boost metabolism over the long haul, as it shifts the body from a storage and survival mode into a thrive and burn mode. Understanding this distinction is what separates those who constantly struggle with their weight from those who seem to maintain a lean physique effortlessly while still enjoying their favorite foods within structured healthy meal plans. Metabolic intelligence is not about calorie counting, it is about chemical signaling. When you eat a slow-digesting fiber-rich carbohydrate, you aren't just eating fuel, you are sending a message to your gut microbiome. This community of trillions of bacteria then produces short-chain fatty acids that communicate directly with your liver and fat cells, telling them to increase the rate of This internal dialogue is the secret weapon for those who want to lose belly fat without resorting to dangerous stimulants or unsustainable lose weight fast gimmicks that only offer temporary water loss. By focusing on the quality and the timing of these specific nutrients, you create a foundation for fitness that is built on biological harmony, rather than sheer willpower, ensuring that your journey to lose weight healthily is as permanent as it is effective. As we look deeper into the mechanisms of energy utilization, we see that the brain's reliance on glucose is often used as an excuse to consume high-sugar foods. But the brain actually thrives when that glucose is delivered at a slow, constant drip. This steady supply is what allows for the preservation of mental health resources, giving you the clarity to stay consistent with your goals and the resilience to avoid the emotional pitfalls of the standard diet culture. When your energy is stable, your decision-making improves, making it much easier to stick to weight loss tips that actually matter. In this new paradigm, carbohydrates are no longer the enemy. They are the precision tools we use to sculpt a healthier, more vibrant version of ourselves, proving once and for all that the path to slimming and the quest to eliminate abdominal fat do not require total abandonment of one of nature's most vital energy sources. The second phase of understanding why certain carbohydrates are the ultimate allies in your journey to slimming involves a deep dive into the hidden world of the human gut and the specific structural properties of resistant starches. When we talk about how to lose weight healthily, we are essentially discussing the optimization of the digestive tract's ability to ferment rather than just absorb. Most people who are desperate to lose weight fast consume highly processed, beige carbohydrates that are stripped of their cellular integrity, leading to an immediate glucose flood in the small intestine. However, the carbohydrates that help you eliminate abdominal fat are those that bypass the initial stages of digestion entirely. These resistant starches and complex fibers travel all the way to the large intestine, where they serve as a feast for the beneficial bacteria residing in your microbiome. This process of fermentation produces a crucial byproduct known as butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that acts as a powerful signaling molecule. Butyrate has been shown to boost metabolism by increasing mitochondrial activity and improving the body's sensitivity to insulin. This means that by including these specific carbs in your healthy meal plans, you are essentially training your cells to become more efficient at fat burning. Even when you are not engaged in active fitness routines, the relationship between these smart carbohydrates and your internal hormonal landscape is what truly dictates whether you will successfully lose belly fat or continue to store it. One of the most significant barriers to sustainable weight loss is the constant interference of hunger hormones, specifically ghrelin and leptin. When you follow the traditional, restrictive weight loss tips that demand the total removal of carbohydrates, your ghrelin levels, the hormone that signals hunger, often skyrocket, while leptin, the hormone that signals satiety, plummets. This hormonal imbalance is a recipe for metabolic disaster, as it puts your brain in a state of perceived starvation, which subsequently drains your mental health resources and makes you more likely to abandon your goals. By contrast, the slow-digesting carbohydrates we are discussing provide a steady, prolonged release of energy that keeps these hormones in check. This stabilization is the key to slimming without suffering. It allows you to feel full for longer periods and eliminates the food noise that often derails even the most disciplined individuals. When your hormones are balanced, the process to eliminate abdominal fat stops being a daily battle of willpower and starts being a natural consequence of your biological state. Furthermore, we must address the concept of the insulin floor and how it relates to your ability to boost metabolism. Every time you eat, your insulin rises, but the height and duration of that rise are determined by the complexity of the carbohydrate. Refined sugars and flours cause a massive spike that stays elevated for hours, during which time fat burning is chemically impossible because insulin is a storage hormone. The hidden carbs found in legumes, cold tubers, and specific ancient grains create a much lower, shorter insulin response. This allows your body to return to its baseline insulin level much faster, opening the window for the body to tap into stored energy and lose belly fat. This is why the timing and choice of ingredients in your healthy meal plans are more important than the total number of grams of carbs you consume. If you can keep your insulin levels low for the majority of the day, your body becomes a specialized machine for slimming, effectively utilizing your own fat stores for fuel. This metabolic flexibility is the holy grail of human fitness, as it grants you the freedom to eat satisfying meals while maintaining a lean, healthy physique. The impact of these carbohydrates on your mental health resources is another critical factor that doctors often overlook. The brain requires a steady supply of energy to function, and the all-or-nothing approach to carbs often leads to significant cognitive decline, irritability, and depression during the dieting process. To lose weight healthily, one must maintain the cognitive resilience necessary to make good choices. These specific carbohydrates are essential for the production of serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter, a large portion of which is actually produced in the gut. By feeding your gut the right kind of fuel, you are indirectly supporting your emotional stability and focus, which are the most underappreciated weight loss tips in the industry. When you feel mentally sharp and emotionally balanced, you are far less likely to succumb to the lose weight fast traps that offer quick fixes at the expense of your long-term well-being. Instead, you develop the patience and the energy to commit to a lifestyle that promotes continuous fat burning and a permanent reduction in abdominal fat. In the context of modern fitness, we often see athletes and enthusiasts struggling with performance plateaus because they have been told that carbohydrates are the enemy. However, to truly boost metabolism and build functional muscle mass, the body needs the glycogen that only high-quality carbohydrates can provide. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. The more of it you have and maintain, the easier it is to lose belly fat even while you sleep. By integrating resistant starches and fiber-dense foods into your healthy meal plans, you provide your muscles with the fuel they need to recover and grow without the negative side effects of insulin resistance. This synergy between nutrition and movement is what allows for a total body transformation, moving you toward a state of slimming that looks and feels athletic rather than depleted. As we move into the final understanding of these fat-burning carbs, it becomes clear that the secret to weight loss isn't found in the absence of food, but in the presence of the right kind of biological information that tells your body it is time to thrive. As you continue to refine your approach to slimming, it is vital to recognize that the digestive process itself is an energy-consuming activity. The thermic effect of food TEF is significantly higher for complex, fibrous carbohydrates than it is for refined ones. This means that your body actually burns more calories just trying to break down these smart carbs, which further assists in your goal to eliminate abdominal fat. When you look at weight loss tips that focus solely on calorie restriction, they miss this crucial thermodynamic advantage. By choosing foods that are harder for the body to disassemble, you are effectively turning your digestive system into a tool to boost metabolism. This is the essence of how to lose weight healthily. You are not just reducing what goes in, but you are increasing the energy required to process it, all while providing the essential nutrients that keep your mental health resources and physical fitness at their peak. The transition from a sugar burner to a fat burner is not an overnight event, but a gradual recalibration of your enzymatic pathways. For years, a diet high in processed foods may have regulated your ability to lose belly fat by making your cells resistant to the signals of insulin. However, the introduction of these specific carbohydrates acts as a reset button. By providing the gut with the raw materials needed to produce beneficial compounds, you begin to upregulate your fat-burning genes. This molecular shift is why some people can eventually eat a wider variety of foods without gaining weight, while others seem to gain weight just by looking at a piece of fruit. It is about building a metabolic engine that is robust and resilient. Incorporating these principles into your healthy meal plans ensures that you are not just trying to lose weight fast for a temporary event, but that you are constructing a body capable of maintaining its health and vitality for decades to come. The practical implementation of these metabolic strategies marks the final stage in transitioning from a state of chronic storage to one of effortless fat burning and long-term slimming. One of the most powerful yet frequently overlooked biological phenomena is known as the second meal effect, which demonstrates that the specific carbohydrates you consume during your first meal of the day can dictate your glycemic response and insulin sensitivity for the rest of the afternoon and evening. When your healthy meal plans include high doses of soluble fiber and resistant starch during breakfast or lunch, these nutrients slow down the gastric emptying process and improve the way your body handles the sugar from your next meal, even if that subsequent meal contains more simple sugars. This means that strategically choosing the right fuel early in the day acts as a metabolic shield, preventing the massive insulin spikes that typically lead to the accumulation of abdominal fat and derail your fitness goals. By understanding this carryover effect, you can navigate social situations and varied environments without the constant fear that a single meal will ruin your progress to lose weight healthily. This level of metabolic control is far more effective than the desperate attempts to lose weight fast through total deprivation. as it builds a resilient system that can manage fluctuations in energy intake while maintaining a high rate of fat burning throughout the entire day and night. The psychological freedom that comes from this metabolic intelligence is a vital component of preserving your mental health resources during the weight loss journey. Traditional weight loss tips often emphasize sheer willpower, but willpower is a finite resource that eventually runs dry, especially when your brain is screaming for glucose due to extreme carb restriction. When you incorporate these functional carbohydrates, you are essentially providing your brain with a slow-release energy source that stabilizes your mood and eliminates the intense cravings that usually strike in the late afternoon. This stabilization prevents the emotional eating cycles that make it so difficult to eliminate abdominal fat for good. Instead of feeling like you are constantly fighting against your own biology, you begin to experience a sense of alignment and calm, which is essential for maintaining the consistency required for long-term slimming. As your energy levels even out, you will find that you have more motivation for fitness and daily movement, creating a positive feedback loop that continues to boost metabolism and improve your body composition. This shift in perspective from viewing food as a source of guilt to seeing it as a tool for metabolic empowerment is the true secret to how to lose weight healthily, without the burnout associated with restrictive dieting. Furthermore, we must consider the long-term integration of these principles into a sustainable lifestyle that doesn't feel like a permanent state of dieting. The goal is to reach a point where your body is so metabolically flexible that it can switch between burning glucose and burning stored body fat with zero friction. This flexibility is what allows for the permanent loss of belly fat, as the body no longer views its own fat stores as a locked emergency reserve but as a readily available fuel source. To achieve this, your healthy meal plans should focus on diversity and the inclusion of whole, unprocessed plant foods that retain their cellular structure. When you eat a bean, a lentil, or a cold potato, you are consuming a complex matrix of nutrients that requires significant effort for your body to process, which naturally helps to boost metabolism through the thermic effect of food. This is a stark contrast to the lose-weight fast products that are often liquid-based or highly refined, providing no metabolic challenge and leading to immediate fat storage. By prioritizing foods that are rich in resistant starch and prebiotic fibers, you are consistently feeding the lean bacteria in your gut, which have been shown to influence everything from your appetite to the rate at which you burn calories while at rest. As you move forward, it is important to realize that the journey to eliminate abdominal fat is not just about the physical changes you see in the mirror, but about the profound internal restoration of your metabolic health. Fitness is not merely the ability to run a certain distance or lift a specific weight. It is the efficiency with which your body manages its internal energy. When you provide the right carbohydrates, you are supporting the health of your liver and your muscles, ensuring that they are always ready to soak up excess glucose and keep your insulin levels low. This systemic health is what prevents the metabolic slowdown that often follows rapid weight loss attempts. By focusing on how to lose weight healthily, you are protecting your thyroid function and your hormonal balance, which are the real engines behind your ability to slim down and stay lean. These weight loss tips are not about temporary fixes, but about creating a permanent shift in your biological identity, moving away from the sugar burner phenotype and toward a high-performance fat-burning state that supports both your physical goals and your long-term mental health resources. In the final analysis, the truth that most doctors and fitness gurus fail to explain is that the human body is not a simple calculator, where calories in minus calories out equals weight loss. It is a complex, adaptive chemical plant that responds to the quality of the information you provide it. Carbohydrates are not a monolithic group of bad foods. They are a diverse set of chemical signals that can either tell your body to store fat or tell it to burn fat nonstop. By choosing the overlooked, slow-digesting and resistant varieties, you are taking control of those signals. You are choosing to boost metabolism. You are choosing to lose belly fat. And you are choosing a path of slimming that is built on science rather than suffering. This realization allows you to enjoy a wide variety of delicious, satisfying foods while watching your body transform into a leaner, more energized version of itself. The path to eliminate abdominal fat and achieve your ultimate fitness potential is finally clear. And it starts with the intelligent application of the very nutrients you were once told to fear. Embrace this new understanding, and you will find that losing weight healthily is not only possible but becomes an inevitable result of your new metabolic reality.
There's a natural solution to speed up your metabolism, control cravings, and support your weight loss journey naturally and effectively. Click the link in the first pinned comment to start transforming your body, If you want to truly transform your body and learn how to lose belly fat healthily, don't stop here. In the next video, I'll share practical strategies and little-known secrets to boost your metabolism and keep the weight off for good. Click now and discover how to take your weight loss to the next level.